handy.
The streets of Undermere are narrow and claustrophobic. In many places, the buildings lean out at the upper floors so that neighbours can reach across and shake hands, or more likely exchange unpleasantries. Strange Horticulture is a small shop situated away from the main thoroughfares, but it has the advantage of being one of the few buildings in Undermere that stands alone. Plants, you may have noticed, need light, and light is in short supply at street level in this town. Recently, the shop passed to me after the death of my uncle. There is much to learn, but one thing is already clear. The rare and unusual plants that he stocked have their uses after all. Day 1 Friday. This game features some small text. If you're having difficulty reading, you can hold shift to zoom in. Okay. Hellebore! We can pet Hellebore. Not quite the same as Jupiter. So this is the earlier game. Little Shop of Horrors, the CRPG. Oh, that he's starting to recognise the word. Yeah. Oh, I took his camera off. Should we do treats before we get started? Do you want? You want treats? No, you have to get up. You have to get up. You have to come and get them. You have to come and get them, Tut. Like, oh, all right. I must. Such hardship, I know. I wonder what happens if I do this. Thank you. Follow the trail of the treats. Follow it. Follow it. You strongly relate to his energy. That's it. That's all the treats. That's more than usual even. Oh, that's it. He's gone. Oh, that's it, is it? All right. Peace out. Peace out. Actually, speaking of which, let me put the toast plate away before he decides to wash it for me. Time to lie down on the keyboard or block the monitor. He's blocking the monitor. That is, in fact, what he's doing. Literally just standing there. Okay, can I have the keyboard, please? Okay, you're going to do that, are you? That's going to make it very difficult for me to reach the stream deck, but okay. Need to bother Human. Human just performed his duty. Yes. Time for your training. Pets till I return to bed. Yeah. Yeah. I found it! An excerpt on the elusive wandering bew. Come to the library in Ambleside and I'll tell you all about it. I even found something on the gilded dendra that might be of interest. Simone. P.S. Give Hellebore a good scratch behind the ear from me. Simone Green, you'll remember, is the librarian. We've got labels, archive. Dangerous plant grows sparsely in the hills to the northeast of Backbarrow. Keep it secret. Backbarrow is also referenced in the second story. This is our book of strange plants. This encyclopedia can be used as a reference to help identify plants. Note that where I have included sketches, these are not always intended as an aid to identification. Often the description will be more useful to you. Remember to take extra care when dealing with poisonous plants. I accept no responsibility should injury or death occur as a result of misuse of this encyclopedia. And these are the ones that we know about. Okay. So we need to go to the library and we need to go to Backbarrow. Now, unlike the other game. So in Strange Antiquities, if you get it wrong, you lose your sanity. I can't remember what happens if you get it wrong when you give things to your customers. But you can't explore until you fill this gauge up. Oh yeah, a Rising Dread. That's what happens if you get it wrong. Children's Bumper Fun Book of Poisonous Plants. Yes. So we can't travel until we serve some customers. And we've got all these plants and all this space on the shelves. Also, there's a note here. What's this? Some kind of icon, which matches these things here. But we don't know what to do with that yet. I must have walked past this shop 100 times without stopping to look. What a wonderful place to spend your day, surrounded by plants. I came here because I have an unusual request. At night I hear whispered voices too faint to hear clearly coming from the floor above me, but nobody lives up there. The rooms are empty. My curiosity has gotten the better of me. I must find out what they are saying. Okay, so tell me about St. John's poppy. The vibrant petals of this flower can be brewed to create a draught that can greatly improve the imbiber's hearing ability. The flowers of the St. John's poppy are a bright red with a yellow centre. It's got 1, 2, 3, 5 petals. That is correct. So, bright red with a yellow centre. The red flowers are red with a sweet scent. It doesn't say anything about scent in the book, but this is the only one we've got. So let's go for it. Plant identified. Collect a new book entry. Clavilium. Okay. Let's have a look at what we've got already. Bishop's parasol, a mushroom found in dark, damp places, feeding on any light that gets close to it. It can seem to draw light in, enveloping its surroundings in darkness. The gills on the underside of this mushroom seep a milky fluid that can be consumed as a treatment for stomach pains. Clavilium. According to legend, clavilium can be used to open any lock, no matter how complex or secure. The heart-shaped leaves have earned this plant the nickname Lovelock. Farmer's worry, a spongy mushroom with potent abilities, only safe to consume in small quantities, grants great strength for short periods at the expense of severe fatigue once the effect is worn off. Forest camphor. The strong-smelling bulb of this plant has a powerful soporific effect, making it a common ingredient in sleeping draughts. The camphor produces a beautiful, rounded, dark blue cluster made up of many smaller flowers. Alright, sleep time for Finks for real this time. Have a wonderful week, everyone. You're all deeply appreciated. The stream wouldn't be out the same without you and Tux. True. True. This is actually Tux's channel. I think you are all aware. Mushrooms? An offering of fox button is considered by some to represent a contract of friendship between strangers. Thick, shiny leaves grow in opposing pairs along the stems. Gandhi root. A plant with medicinal properties that can aid with digestive troubles when prepared correctly. Care must be taken, however, as the rough leaves can be an irritant. Only the petals are safe for consumption. Harlequin blue. When the bushy blue flower heads die back, they release seeds with a downy pappus which assists in wind dispersal. Once dried and hardened, the stems can be burned as incense. As they burn, they let out high-pitched shrieks, widely believed to be the spirits of dead souls trapped within the plant. Does that make sense? Lemon dandy. Its curled leaves are thought to be the origin of the name of this plant, supposedly referring to a peeled lemon rind. Among several medicinal uses, the flower of the lemon dandy is mostly associated with curing afflictions of the heart. Mary's breath. The wide, waxy leaves allow this plant to collect the large amounts of water it requires. It is said that a person can be bound to secrecy using Mary's breath. It used to be grown in the royal gardens so that the king could ensure the trust of his confidence, but the practice fell out of favour. Mellow glow. Among other uses for this plant, the most remarkable is that it can allow a person to pass unnoticed. Hang on a sec. Glasses weren't sitting on my face properly. Though not invisible, it is possible to become hidden from sight and memory. The mellow glow has sharp thorns that protect it from predators. Wren. The long leaves of the wren are known to turn black in the presence of certain poisons, and so can be used to detect them. Though it has no flower, it is said to smell unpleasant to those who have known death and sweet to those who have not. We've done the St. John's poppy. Winter boar, also known as blue aloe or blue winter after its cool blue-grey flowers. Winter boar is a hardy plant often found growing in extreme cold environments. The rubbery leaves make an effective insect repellent when applied to the skin. So this one doesn't have a index for alternate meanings like the new one does. Mushroom foraging is for experts. True. True. Also, not the best excuse to justify murder. Especially when you change your story partway through. For those who are not Australian, I'm referring to a case recently where a woman poisoned her ex-husband's parents and aunt and uncle with death cap mushrooms cooked into what's it called? Wellington, beef Wellington. This hasn't gone up. Wonder if we're allowed to explore. Or in this case, murder boot. Good morning. Bloody awful weather out there today. Good for the plants though, hey? Got a letter for you. Thanks, David. Ah, there we go. Now we can travel. Gosforth is a hateful town. I was beaten and robbed and left to die in the streets. After many days I was rescued by a kind stranger, just as I had come to fear that wickedness had infected the heart of every soul in that cursed place. I began my recovery in the woods to the south of the town with a group of travellers. On the northeast corner of the wood I sat and stared at a bright flower, and tears flowed down my face at the reminder that there is beauty in this world. I shall be returning to Undermere soon. Warmest regards, Amos Dunn. How did she change her story part way? She initially claimed that she had foraged the mushrooms herself, and it was a mistake. But I'm assuming at the advice of her lawyer, who went, don't say that because then you're still culpable, She claimed that that was not, in fact, what happened. She never went foraging for mushrooms. She bought it from wherever she claims to have bought it from. So, unlike Strange Antiquities, we can't travel around within Undermere. We travel around the countryside. That story is quite complicated. And if you're interested, I would encourage you to look up the whole history, because it was... the crime itself was horrific. And her story is just nonsensical and bizarre. As to, like, she claimed all sorts of things. It was just very, very weird. Oh, there was only one survivor. And he had to have a kidney transplant in order to survive. 3 of them. She killed 3 people. She tried to kill 4. And her ex-husband had been invited to the dinner and chose not to come, so she wanted to kill 5 people. You have a friend who lives a town over. It was pretty traumatic for people in the region. I can imagine. I mean... she's got children with this man. And her intention was to literally murder his entire side of their family. So she planned to murder their father, their grandparents, and their great aunt and uncle, all in one go. And she got 3 out of 5 of those targets. Anyway, feel free to look it up. But we won't belabor the point here. Now, library in Ambleside. Where is Ambleside? Oh, hey, here's Gleeston Castle. Oh, he's all the way there. Okay, so we do travel some distance. And Backbarrow was where Potter and Robertson were trying to get to before they did their little... or after, rather, after they found the casket. You have this one, but you never finished it? They're both very interesting. Where's Ambleside? I've played this on Discord, but not on Twitch stream. And it was several months ago now. Seriously, where is Ambleside? Ah, there. The library here in Ambleside is one of my favourite haunts. Simone, the librarian, is always helpful and friendly and shares some of my passion for unusual plants. Today, she's grinning ear to ear and can't wait to show me what she's found. She's found 2 entries. The gilded dendra. Do not drink the sap of this plant. The lips and veins will turn black as the blood succumbs to dendra's miasma, a sure and painful way to die. The poison is so potent that even touching the leaves of the plant can be painful. Wandering Bew. Did we not already have Wandering Bew? No, okay. So called because this fungus can move slowly in the dark. It has been known to cover distances of up to several meters in a single night. The gills on the underside of this mushroom form beautiful flowing lines. They are also quite hard and sharp, earning this plant the nickname Fingers Bane. Do we actually get to see the underside? Yeah, the underside is somewhat sharp. Okay, so it tells us. It doesn't show us. A moving murder mushroom, yes. Correct. Okay, so we need to wait until this ticks back up to go on any of the other... Jupiter went black. No, this is Hellebora. This is not Jupiter. This is Hellebora. Something's got those witches in the forest stirred up. They're not letting anyone through. I had to take the long way round down through Backbarrow. I never did trust that sisterhood. Anyway, I'm here now, and I've brought Fennet from the south to trade for some lemon dandy. Hardly worth the trouble when you factor in the extra miles I've had to cover to get here. Okay, lemon dandy. Curled leaves. So no scent, just curled leaves. Supposedly referring to a peeled lemon rind. Okay. looks like this one. Smells faintly off-putting, but not overpowering. Does this say anything about smell? Doesn't say anything about smell. But that's got curled leaves. We don't seem to have anything else that has curled leaves, do we? So let's try that. Yes. Oh, we got a new plant. Lovely. Okay, so we can explore again. What's this one? Dangerous plant, grows sparsely in the hills to the northeast of Backbarrow. Okay, the hills to the northeast. The weather changes fast out in the hills. What started as a grey morning has turned into bright sunshine. A good thing too, because it takes me several hours to find what I came for. By the time I'm done, the cloud is sweeping back over, a cloak of unwelcome shade. These games are quite difficult if you are not an English native speaker. Ah! Do they not have any localization? Okay, they have some localization. So I guess it depends whether your first language is on the list. So what's that? German, French, Spanish, Italian, Polish. I know that one. I know that one. What is that? I can't remember what that is. Is that Czech? No. Dutch, Turkish, Russian, Brazilian Portuguese, probably traditional and simplified Chinese, Japanese, and... what's that one? Korean, maybe? Bohemian. I'm not sure what that one is. Dutch is your native? There you go. Well, you could play it with the Dutch translation. Let's change it to Dutch and see what it looks like. Oh, we start the day over? Surely not. No. There you go. Dutch. I am not even going to pretend to be able to pronounce any of it. No Swedish. However will you do now? Not that you know what plants are named in Swedish either. Okay, we've got one more explore to do. Oh, where's our notes gone? Ah, we closed the drawer. How dare. Gosforth to the south of town. Gosforth south of town on the northeast corner of the wood. So here? The wood has a calming effect on my mind. It does me good to escape into nature, away from the stench and clamour of Undermere. It is not long before I spy a bright flower among the trees. Because you can totally travel all that distance in one day. I've been to so many of these places all in one day. It's not just about speaking the language. Can you read cursive? Faye Swift is apparently a character of importance. She is a psychic. Faye grew up with her mother. Her father was rarely violent, but once is enough. When he struck her, it finally broke the hold he had over her mother, and she fled in the night, the sleeping Faye held close. Faye often has vivid dreams, but has never considered that other people do not. She came to Strange Horticulture seeking relief from her nightmares. My dreams are becoming more vivid. I saw a woman, her face hidden behind a mask, and next to her, a terrifying black skeletal creature. It stood tall, its roving head... Excuse me. Excuse me. I was reading that, if you don't mind. It stood tall, its roving head scanning the landscape, and though it had no discernible face, I could sense a hint of an expression about its features. It seemed to be laughing, but not the joyous laughter of a child, a sickly, horrifying laughter that chilled me like the first breath of winter. These past weeks have been getting worse. I need sleep. So, couple of changes I've noticed between this game and Strange Antiquities that I 100% approve of. First of all, if you back scroll in the chat with Strange Antiquities, it does not shove it up. It sits it where you put it, and then you scroll down to catch up. Tick, approve that change. Second of all, I vastly prefer the customer window being in the center of the screen. Also tick, excellent choice. I approve. Oh, you said the same thing, Josephson. Yeah. Those are the two changes that immediately stand out to me. Big tick, very much approve. Strong-smelling bulb of this plant has a powerful soporific effect. The camphor produces beautiful, rounded, dark blue cluster made up of smaller flowers. So this one, it's pungent but not unpleasant. The bulb is a soft yellow. The leaves are waxy. Could be that one, but I think it's this one. Butterdale. Often found growing in clumps on valley sides, Butterdale has been used for centuries as a cure for all manner of skin rashes. The dark green leaves can be stewed and mulched to form a poultice. The flowers smell buttery to some people. Let's move the ones that we have identified over here a bit. Also, lots of reading in these games. I need to drink water. Any wandering bew? That always reminds me of... Oh, what's his name? That old hermit inventor, the Wanderer. Anyway, the bew, if you've got it. The gills form beautiful flowing lines, quite hard and sharp. This one had hard, sharp, not as spongy as most mushrooms. In fact, the undersides are somewhat sharp. Red warts protrude from the caps. Delightful. Lady of Summer. What's with this leaf icon? Have we had the leaf icon before? In these corners? And I just haven't noticed. The leaves curl round delightfully, which combined with an attractive flower and a hardy nature make this a sought-after ornamental plant. Aids with conditions of memory deterioration associated with old age. So much like Strange Antiquities, going to a location without a hint doesn't really achieve anything. However, in Strange Antiquities, you can visit Strange Horticulture, and you get a Paleance plant, which I thought was a nice touch. It started when she found something that she was not meant to find. A book tucked away in a forgotten corner of the Ambleside Library. Row H, the third river. H, River 1, River 2, River 3. A dead deer in the river, yellowed bone protruding from matted hide and rotting flesh. Death for one provides life for many. Oh, these two are very similar. Look at these two. My goodness. The dark blue petals are soft and feathery to the touch. My fingers ache from handling this plant. A single sweet-smelling dark flower. So that's that one we read about. That is... No. Oh, I already missed the index. So change number 2 that I love is that index in the book. In Strange Antiquities. Gilded Dendra. That's what that's. How do we... Yes. Dangerous plants. Red label. Oh, no, hang on. No. That's not the Gilded Dendra. How do I change that? Not this one. This one, I think, is Lady of Summer? Flower like that? Possibly? No, it's not quite right, is it? Isadora Burbridge. Bring me a sample of Apis demyssus. Be quick about it, that damn cat is setting off my allergies. Shouldn't have had an animal in a shop like this. Oh. Oh, we don't like him. Apis demyssus. Okay. Gandhi root. A plant with medicinal properties that can aid with digestive troubles when prepared correctly. Care must be taken as the rough leaves can be an irritant. Only the petals are safe for consumption. Wash your mouth with soap. Give him something wrong. We could give him the Gilded Dendra. Why? Do you want to just see what happens if we do? Nah. There's no... we just get the Rising Dread. We have to give him what he actually wants. Rough leaves can be an irritant. Yes, a furry cat in a room full of flowers. Think of all the allergic people. Well, true. Meek dew. The beautiful flowers made up of many smaller florets make this a sought-after decorative plant, although it is difficult to care for. It may be a pleasant-looking plant, but touching the leaves against bare skin will result in painful sores. Also, I've just remembered that if you water the plants, you build up your will to explore. But you can't water your plants on a rainy day, for obvious reasons. No one is allergic against plants, for sure. Hey, David. Lake Undermere is looking fine in the sunshine today. Here's your mail. Thanks, man. Amos Duncan again. There's an old slate mine at Hard Knot that has some interesting looking fungi growing in it. I've never seen anything like them before. They seem to have found a niche in the damp, dark tunnels left by the tramways. I thought you might be interested. Old slate mine at Hard Knot. Okay. Where is Hard Knot? Here. An iron gate, rusted by years of abandonment, sits across the entrance to the tram tunnel. Rusted it may be, but it won't budge. It's locked. Next to Soft Knot. Heart-shaped leaves. We've got one plant with heart-shaped leaves. Do we have any others as yet? That's got kind of heart-shaped leaves. The veined leaves have a waxy finish. Flowers are made up of many smaller blue flowers. They smell pleasant. be either of them. Okay, it was that one. The gate swings open slowly, complaining loudly on its rusty hinges. After a short exploration of the tunnel, I am rewarded. Oh, and we got a new book from identifying the clavilium as well. Aguria. When burned, incense made from the woody stem can enhance psychic abilities, strengthening the clarity of vision and prophecies. I thought it said shift to zoom. Ah, there we go. Oh, zoom. Okay. Light blue flowers like rounded tufts of gentle lamb's wool characterize this plant. So we got 3 new mushrooms. Always safe. Put the mushrooms up here. Yeah, I think we can water the plants to build up the will to explore thing. Can we water the cat? No? That would have been funny. Reuben Ward. I'm headed to Grisdale Forest investigating a possible murder there. Can't say I'm looking forward to it. The Sisterhood are a secretive lot, and they're not keen to talk to me. Their leader, the Arda, or whatever they call her, she's dead. My instinct is they're hiding something. I was hoping that you might have some fox button that would help me win them over. An offering of fox button is considered by some to represent a contract of friendship between strangers. Thick, shiny leaves grow in opposing pairs along the stem. Well, that's got opposing pair of leaves, but so does that.
Sort of life is what you wish.
Blue flowers and stiff
You may
leaves.
grow up to be a fish.
Ninetail Kitsune! Resubscribed for 5 months. Okay, what happened 5 months ago that like 3 of you are now on your 5-month resubscription? What did I do 5 months ago that brought you guys over? But thank you very much, Ninetail Kitsune. I'm very pleased to have had your company all that time. And thank you also for the support. Hot tub stream. Oh boy. Okay, well, 50-50 shot, right? Not that one. Not that one either. Wait, what? We don't have anything else that matches the description. I remember having this problem last time. My mind is broken. I never had this last time. Wait, does this just mean that I have to put the puzzle pieces back together? They don't just go in like that, do they? No, they do not. Okay. It was a hot tux stream. 5 months ago was 22nd of April. Interesting. Nope. Nope. No. Okay, so maybe they don't go directly next to each other. That one goes there. That one goes there. Okay. No. But you. You go there. And then you go there. Okay, so we've got the bottom half. What's next? No. Hi, Tux. What's going on, buddy? No, but it's close. Oh, that might go there, actually. Okay. I feel revived. My mind is whole again. Well. Okay, so we don't actually get to give him what he came for. Well, what else did we have that had pairs of leaves? Oh, this one. Oh, this one. It was this one. Do you know, as soon as I gave him the second one, I thought neither of them really has earned the name Button, right? He wanted Fox Button. What was this one? I am a silly. You're back. You still want the Fox Button. What's the matter? You are not going outside at like 9 o'clock at night. Are you kidding? Dude. No, not even. In a million trillion years. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's not even a question. There is no universe. Literally none. But meow. No, kitties do not go outside at night time. Because kitties get up to mischief if they're allowed out at night time. But Mom, all the cool cats are allowed to be outside late. All the feral cats. Brimlock. Those suffering from hypothermia can be rescued by a draft made using leaves from the brimlock plant. It has a warming effect that protects against extreme cold. When conditions are just right in the cold of winter, brimlock produces small yellow flowers. The leaves are waxy and tough. Does he go outside? He does, yeah. I've got a harness and lead for him. I was able to make out the whispered voices last night with the help of the St. John's poppy. There's a medium using the room, illegally I might add, holding midnight seances for gullible grievers. Is there a plant you know of that I could use to give them a scare and drive them away? I need my sleep. Harlequin blue. Huh? Yeah, there's pictures back in the Discord channel, probably a while ago now, of him on his harness and lead. When the bushy blue flower heads die back, they release seeds with the downy paps which assist in wind dispersal. Okay, so this, I think, is the seeds. Hey, Mink! How you doing? Good to see you. That is a great little emote. Sup? Alright, Harlequin blue. It's not that. Okay. Oh, this one's been named. I think it's this one. Shimmerlung. The dried stem of the shimmerlung burns very brightly and noisily, letting off a near blinding white-purple light. Flowers grow wrapped in large ridged leaves. Bethany Coleman. You may have heard the rumours that our Arda is dead. May Arduina bring her spirit peace. The nature of her death is unusual. The Sisterhood does not often look out to outside help, but this is beyond our knowledge. If you show my sisters this letter, they will allow you entry to the forest. To be assured of your discretion, we require that you use Mary's breath to bind yourself to secrecy. Who are you? Bethany Coleman. Oh, okay. So it's this... The other thing they've changed is that you actually get an alert when somebody is added to your deck of characters. I like the changes they've made. Beth was born into a loving family but never felt settled. She sought out a higher purpose when she was still young and left home at 14 to join the Sisterhood of Arduina. The head of the Sisterhood, the Arda, took a liking to her and helped her to develop a renewed purpose, caring for the forest and putting her faith in the goddess Arduina. Now her mentor has been murdered and Beth is looking for answers. Reuben Ward. Reuben works with the police on murder cases. He is a kind, good-humoured man, but beneath the mask he is deeply sad. His only child, a daughter, had seemed troubled for some time before running away from home several years ago. The victims whose stories he tries to uncover are all somebody's son, somebody's daughter. The search for answers drives him forward, piecing together the logic of life and death. I wonder if she is his daughter. Isidore Burbage. Burbage is a rich man who inherited a fortune but never experienced the love of his parents. He expects people to do his bidding and is quick to anger. There are many in Undermere who would be glad to see the back of him, but with wealth comes power, and few would challenge him to his face. Mary's breath. The wide, waxy leaves allow this plant to collect the large amounts of water it requires. Said that can be bound to secrecy. Wide, waxy leaves. So, this one. We have failed in our duty as protectors of the forest. Our secrets have been stolen and the Arda has been murdered. You will find us deep in Griserdale Forest, a mile from the lakeshore, across from Torva. Please help us. Yours in hope, the Sisterhood of Arduina. Okay. Deep in Griserdale Forest, a mile from the lakeshore, across from Torva. Griserdale Forest. Torva. A mile from the lakeshore. So there? A sister tries to stop me from entering, but I show her the letter and she lets me through. I'm ushered into a walled courtyard and then through a large oak door along a corridor and down a set of stone stairs into a cool basement. Lying on a table draped in silk is the Arda. There's not a mark on her, but her open eyes are black. Her mouth, her veins, her hair, all black as a raven's wing. Do you know what could do this? Asks my escort. I set to work. Wren, huh? The long leaves of the wren are known to turn black in the presence of certain poisons. It has no flower and is said to smell unpleasant to those who have known death and sweet to those who have not. We have two with no flower. It has a scent that scratches at the back of my throat. Smooth, waxy leaves. Are those the only ones we've got with no flower? Oh, what about this? No, that's got a flower. Florist and amateur mortician, right? No. Okay, so we don't get the smell, the sweet or smell, or oh, actually it says smells unpleasant, right? So which was the one that scratches? This one. Is it this? Okay, so we have known death, apparently. Grey sandfire. Sandfire has a tough outer bark which has many useful properties. Some chew it as a form of dental hygiene, taking care not to swallow it, as it can cause unpleasant stomach distress. The flame-like tendrils give off a smoky scent, adding to the impression of a roaring fire. So that'll be this one. Okay, so let's identify the one we can. What was that one? What's that one we just picked up? Aguria? No. Oh my god, what is it? We literally just read it. Grey sandfire. There we go. Grey sandfire. So that's a guess on that. Also, we're starting to run out of space here, so let's... We've potentially identified that. We've potentially identified that. What else can we potentially identify? Light blue flowers like rounded tufts of gentle lambswood. Well, we don't appear to have that one. A mushroom. The gills on the underside seep a milky fluid that can be consumed. Draw lights in. Okay. Gives off a small amount of light. So that is probably the bishop's parasol, right? Grimlock. Those suffering from hypothermia, has a warming effect. When conditions are just right, produces small yellow flowers. The leaves are waxy and tough. Well, it's not the cold of winter, so we shouldn't have a flower. Waxy and tough. That one. Right. It's got the same shaped leaves. Picture of an entirely nondescript leaf. Yes. Yes. And sometimes the pictures are misleading. Often found growing in clumps, cure mash rashes. The dark green leaves can be stewed. The flowers smell buttery to some people. Dark green leaves and flowers. Small leaves, delicate flowers. The purple flowers have a light buttery scent. That's the one. What's it called? Butterdale. Spongy mushrooms, only safe to consume in small quantities. Grants great strength for short periods at the expense of spongy mushroom. Okay, we don't really have a lot to go on there. Soured milk. Viscous white liquid can be seen oozing from the underside. Oh, that's bishop's parasol. Ah, so that's not bishop's parasol. That is bishop's parasol. With the milky liquid. These are there's no guarantee we even have these plants, of course. So we're just sort of making a guess. It says it draws light in, not gives light out. True. That is true. It does say that. We did Farmer's Worry. Or rather we didn't, because there wasn't really enough to go on. The Gilded Dendra we've potentially identified. Grey Sandfire we've potentially identified. Lady of Summer, the leaves curl round delightfully. which combined with an attractive flower and a hardy nature make this a sought-after ornamental plant. Aids with conditions of memory. Okay, so the leaves curl round delightfully, and it's got a bell-shaped flower with the stamens hanging down. So what have we got? Potentially this one? This one's got the similar flower but different leaves. So potentially this one. What's that one called? Lady of Summer. Yeah, this one's got curled leaves. Sweet smelling dark flower. Okay, we're still zoomed in apparently. Again, it may not be that. We might not have it here. Lily of Cthulhu. Meek Dew. The beautiful flowers made up of many smaller florets make this a sought-after decorative plant, although it is difficult to care for. It may be a pleasant-looking plant, but touching the leaves against bare skin will result in painful sores. We have a lot that fit the category of many smaller florets, right? Not that one. This one, small, delicate leaves. So we may not have it, and if we do, we can't necessarily identify it yet. Among other uses for this plant, the most remarkable is that it can now allow a person to pass unnoticed. It has sharp thorns. Okay, do we have any with sharp thorns? Yes. Pink flower that smells pleasant. But this doesn't say anything about the flowers or the smell, only the thorns. And we have another that has thorns. So, we can't narrow that down. The dried stem burns very brightly. Flowers grow wrapped in large ridged leaves, which is this one. The leaves have stiff ribs. So that was, what was that one called? Shimmerlung? Yes. Winter boar, also known as blue aloe or blue winter, after its cool blue-grey flowers. It's a hardy plant, rubbery leaves. Apparently looks like that. Pale yellow flowers. No, we want blue, don't we? Turquoise flowers. Blue flowers. It's possible we don't have that one. Hey, Hellebora. Give you a pat. Yeah. Yeah. Rich fuckwit's back. I'm this close to reporting you, half-wit. The last plant you gave me has made my skin itch furiously. I gave you what you asked for, man. I'll have your little shop shut down and torn to the ground if you don't make this right. Butterdale or Meek Dew? Butterdale. Been used as a cure for all manner of skin rashes. Meek Dew will result in painful sores. We have Meek Dew. I've decided I don't like this man. I don't care how rich you are. Made up of many smaller florets make this a sought-after decorative. Okay, so you two are the ones with thorns. Oh, this one has small florets too. Red fruits, long flat leaves. Small leaves, delicate flowers. That one does not have flowers made of smaller florets. Small red berries. No. 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 It's got to be one of these two. We gave him meat dew. Mwahahaha. The dark red fruits should not be ingested under any circumstances as they are highly poisonous, resulting in insanity and then death. Cross-section of the stem shows the distinctive triple xylem and phlegm of the Storian. Oh my god. Well, this one has dark red fruits, but that doesn't mean that that's what it is. No downside? To what? To giving him the wrong plant that'll irritate his skin even more? We're very mean. The book both fascinated and terrified her in equal measure, and after studying it for some time, she reached a decision. She would never use the power she had discovered. She would hide the book where it could never be found. Oh, insanity and death. He's going to be back. He's going to be very cross with us. North of Hawkshead, east of Lowick, west of Rusland, south of Crinkle Crags. My goodness, that's quite a number of directions you're giving me there. I thought I saw that Draven had gone live. But no, he has not. Alright, so what are we doing? North of Hawkshead. Where is Hawkshead? Hawkshead. No. On my phone I got a notification, but it was obviously for somebody else. I didn't pay much attention because I'm streaming. Hawkshead. 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 East of Lowick. So north of Hawkshead. East of Lowick. There's Lowick. Oh, Lowick's down here. Oh, I see. I see. West of Rusland. Okay, so it's got to be on this row. South of Crinkle Crags. My eyes are drawn to the silhouette of a grizzled old man standing at the edge of a field. His mind is broken, seemingly beyond repair. Vacant eyes fixate on nothing. A whisper of an expression as my gaze sweeps his face, but only a whisper. He raises his arm, points. I follow his outstretched finger and am surprised to find a cluster of wildflowers growing there, hidden from view. I also appreciate that in Strange Antiquities, the drawers don't close themselves. Bright red flowers grow at the end of thin stems. Dark blue flowers smells like sweet rhubarb. Hey, wake up, Hellebora. I want to pat you. Yeah, purr. I don't know if you can hear the purring sound over my voice, but it's very cute. Wilbur Miller. I'm looking for a plant. Lady of... what's it? Something or other. I'm no green-eyed Dre, that's for sure. My mind isn't at all what it used to be. It's the one that's supposed to help with mental decline. We had a potential Lady of Summer. Oh, there we go. Fennett. Chewing the tough root of this plant is said to ease gastric distress and reduce anxiety. It has long, soft leaves. Okay, so we need to change the colour of the label and move it over here. David! Hello. They're saying the Ard has been killed. I know a lot of people don't trust the Sisterhood, but it seemed to me the Ard are always looked out for the less fortunate. Amos Duncan again. The cold is too much to bear beyond the gap. I was forced to turn back. I would advise against it, but if you are determined to explore Great Gable, be sure to take precautions. Knowing you, I'm sure you'll have a plant up your sleeve that can keep you warm should the weather turn against you. Great Gable, huh? Great Gable. Sure, let's climb a 900 meters above sea level mountain on a Tuesday afternoon. Why not? After several hours of arduous hiking and scrambling, I'm still some distance from the summit. I'm freezing cold and ready to head home. I should do the sensible thing and turn back down the mountain. Unless... Rimlock. I push on, no longer feeling the cold, and am presently rewarded. You feel bad for the postman in the Undermere, thankless and hard work? Yeah, and even on the day of the apocalypse, he was still out delivering mail. Sunset Mountcap. The sunset mountcap is a type of fungus with domed caps, sometimes called stinking mountcap, as a result of its unpleasant odour. It is thought to deter unwanted souls and spirits from entering the home and is often placed in doorways. It is mildly toxic to humans and should not be eaten. Don't we have one with an unpleasant odour? Soured milk, bad enough to make my eyes water. Yeah, that's that one. What was that one called? Sunset Mountcap. And we have identified... what did I just give him? Brimlock. Yeah. We got a new plant. Grey-blue flowers with an orange centre. Wait, we had a description that had grey-blue flowers. Winterbore. Cool blue-grey flowers. Often found growing in extreme cold environments. So that's what that is. This plant is cursed. It has brought me nothing but sorrow. Please take it. I want nothing more to do with it. Okay. Well, you know, don't mess around with unidentified fungus. It's just a bad idea. A mushroom-like plant with red warts growing on it. A mushroom-like plant. This is not actually a mushroom. Interesting. Oh, Simone's back. Calibre! Always a pleasure, my feline friend. She's so fond of cats. I really like her. I hope he hasn't been nibbling the plants again. I have a favour to ask. You owe me for the hours I spent digging out the information on those plants. I've been burning the midnight oil again and can use some common trouse, and I know where to find it. According to Grayson's Herbology, it grows in abundance on red pike. I'll come by the day after tomorrow to collect it. I have business in Sedberg in the meantime. Okay. Common trouse. Despite being described as common, the trouse can in fact be quite tricky to find. However, it is known to grow in abundance on the slopes of red pike. Nobody knows why. Its leaves have been used for centuries as a balm against eye strain. I can imagine a librarian wanting that, yeah. Let's move these things out of the way because they always put the new plants here. Alright, red pike. Sounds like a mountain. There we go. I enjoy a pleasant stroll up the fell. The going is easy, the weather agreeable, and the views majestic. I do not have to look hard to find what I'm after. Alright. What was that one called? My god, my memory, seriously. Common Trouse. Common Trouse. Oh, Verona Green. You remember Verona Green, chat? When you work with the occult, I find it pays to uphold a certain image. If you're going to be accused of performing witchcraft anyway, it doesn't hurt to put on a bit of a show every now and then. Let the punters know what I'm capable of, sort of thing. Long story short, I may have threatened to turn a small boy into a toad. And the little bugger called my bluff. Oh, don't look at me like that. You know what little boys are like. I can assure you he deserves to be turned into a toad. Anyway, I think a little display is needed to discourage this sort of behaviour in future. Have you got any shimmerlung, potentially? What does the shimmerlung do? Display are you going to put on? Oh, right. Burns brightly and noisily. Okay. Shimmerlung. Candlewood. Produces a red flower that provides a shielding effect, protecting against all manner of afflictions of the mind. Long, thin stems grow among tall leaves. We have one of those. We have one of those. Where is it? Where is it? This one. Yes. What was that one? Candlewood. Candlewood. Hey, Bettenwell Mobile. Slugs and snails and puppy dog tails. Indeed. We are the magic. We are the magic. Irving Harris, you have a very long head. Sorry if I'm shouting, I'm a little hard of hearing. I'm looking for a plant that can supposedly help me hear better, but I've forgotten what it's called. I remember it's bright red, though. Bishop's Parasol, Candlewood, or something yet to be identified. Stomach pains, poultice, afflictions of the mind. What? Can you speak up? I can't hear you, says Galactic. Eye strain. Poison. No. No. Make you unnoticed. Reduce gastric distress. Deter unwanted visitors. Okay. Let's start over then. Can enhance psychic abilities. No. Treatment for stomach pains. No. Hypothermia. No. Skin rashes. No. Afflictions of the mind. No. Open a lock. No. Eye strain. Great strength. Sleep aid. Friendship. Digestive troubles. Poison. Dental hygiene. Conditions of memory deterioration. Curing afflictions of the heart. Secrecy. No. Ease gastric distress. No. Detect poisons. Put on a show. Hearing. St. John Poppy. There we go. We've already identified it. Ooh, it's ripped. Time passed. A year. And then another. The book remained hidden but out of sight did not mean out of mind. The book was what her thoughts settled on when she rested, what she brooded over when she did her chores, what she pictured when she dreamed. What are we doing with this? Is this the shape of a river? A mountain range? A road? Not really any roads, are there? This is the right angle, but the wrong shape. It is a shape. 'Tis true. Ah, bottom left. Well spotted. Well spotted. Gentle sound of flowing water, the sunlight through scattered clouds, a reset. We found 2 plants. Thank you, bee. So we found something with soft, pale blue flowers. That's familiar. That is... What is that? Aguria. Light blue flowers like rounded tufts of gentle lamb's wool. And then we've got something with a rather unpleasant scent. Purple flowers with yellow lines. You got anything that fits that? No. 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 Mushroom. Thorns. Bennett doesn't describe the flowers. Dark red fruits. Fungus. Fungus. No. Okay. Reuben, you're back. The fox button was no help, I'm afraid. The sisterhood still refused to speak openly with me. They talked to me. Not that I have the time to pursue it properly. I rushed off my feet this week. There's been a body found up at the Swinside Stone Circle, and apparently it's a grisly one. I don't suppose you've got anything to help keep my lunch down. My stomach's never coped too well with the grisly ones. Oh. Oh. Bennett's one that has very little to go on. Tough root. It's got a tough root and long, soft leaves. Okay. Long, flat leaves. Nothing about the leaves. Nothing about the leaves. Stiff leaves. Nothing about the leaves. Small red berries. Pale yellow flowers. The leaves are quite soft. Well, that's the only one we've got that fits the soft leaves. There we go. Witch fig. A plant that is said to have many uses, including easing the symptoms of infection, soaking up moisture, and detecting the presence of certain compounds. It is also well liked by butterflies. It has similar leaves to the fever kiss plant, which it is often confused with. Presumably that's the fruits. St. John's poppy is moving. St. John's poppy, Shimmerlung, wren, meekdew, fennet, Mary's breath, lemon dandy, lady of summer. Let's put them on the top. Morning. Verona Green handed me this for you. She seemed in a good mood. Okay, so I guess scaring the little boy worked. I meant to tell you this yesterday, but it slipped my mind. I discovered a plant on a recent trip to Grisdale Forest just northeast of Russland. It was like nothing I've ever seen before. I would have brought it back with me if the sisterhood had given me a moment alone, but they seem overly protective lately. Northeast of Russland. Okay. The moment I step off the road, I can't shake the feeling I'm being watched. Suddenly, I find my way blocked by 3 women wearing green cloaks and holding short elm bows. Nobody may wander freely throughout the forest by order of the Arda, says the leader of the trio. I turn to walk back, but then again, I have a few tricks up my sleeve. Have we got a potential mellow glow? Have we got mellow glow? No. The wandering view is wandering. Oh. Sharp thorns. Yeah, we've got 2 potentials for that. It doesn't actually tell us anything about the flower, does it? Single pink flower that smells pleasant, and there's thorns. Turquoise flowers, sharp thorns. Well, let's go with the one that actually references the thorns. There we go. Wandering view is very amusing, you're right. With the help of the Mellaglow, I walk right past the sisters without them paying me any heed. Chuckling to myself, I collect the plant that Verona talked about and take my leave. Well, that's just going to make them cross. Caballia. A rare plant that is believed to help the dead find peace in the afterlife. Those who can afford it place wreaths made from it at the graves of their loved ones. Caballia flowers almost always contain 6 petals. Finding a 7-petaled flower is considered to bring good fortune. Okay. We've got a new plant. The bulb is quite firm and turquoise in colour. The orange fruits have no noticeable odour. Okay. Fay Swift. I'm afraid. The cat-free you gave me is helping me sleep, and I'm very grateful for it. But the visions are as strong as ever. The woman in the jade mask appears in my dreams every night. She screams at me, but I do not know why, and behind her that presence is always there, dark and dreadful. I don't know what to do. The dreams feel like a warning that I don't understand, a mosaic of colour that refuses to come into focus. Some part of me wants to stare down that abyss, but I'm afraid. Alright, so do we enhance her psychic abilities, strengthening the clarity of visions and prophecies, or do we protect against afflictions of the mind? I think I'm going to go with the Auguria, because I'm pretty sure I did Candlewood last time I played, which was so long ago that I actually can't really remember. And it has occurred to me that we could have played this by running polls, but we didn't. So, we'll see what that does to the story. Worry Less is an aptly named plant. Inhaling the smell of the flowers is said to help ease symptoms of anxiety. Okay, so that is Auguria confirmed. Margaret Elspeth. You also have a very odd-shaped face. We don't come to Mundermere often, but I heard about your shop and I said to Francis we simply must pay a visit. It's a wonderful breath of a life in an otherwise dreary town. I'm the green-fingered one, and it's not really his cup of tea, but I persuaded him the trip would do him good, and besides, he'll be wanting to take a boat out on the lake. Shame about this awful weather, though. You must come to Sizergh. We have a small library with some books on plants that my grandfather acquired many years ago. I'm sure they'll be of interest to a horticulturist such as yourself. Oh, thanks. Don't mind if I do. You are cordially invited to Sizergh Castle, Lord and Lady Elspeth. Right. Well, where is your little castle? I don't see it at all, actually. Huh. Oh, there it is. I am greeted enthusiastically by Lady Elspeth herself. She's very talkative and has many questions on horticulture that I do my best to answer as she takes me on a tour of the gardens. Oh, you must take a sample of this back with you, she exclaims, pointing out a plant that I do not recognise. But before I can stop to take a look, she's already whisked me on to the next. And this one too, she says. I'm quite exhausted by the time we make it to the library, and I don't have the time to make as thorough a study as I would like. Nevertheless, I am able to find an interesting entry that I note down. Don't forget these, Lady Elspeth cries as I make to leave. She thrusts the plants from the gardens into my hands, and I thank her warmly. Fever Kiss. The red berries provide an energy boost that lasts several hours. The leaves are pale in colour. Red berries and pale leaves has got to be this one, right? As opposed to this one. I'm thinking this one is Fever Kiss. Now, what have we got here? The leaves seem to have a mind of their own. What a marvellous plant. I want one. Small yellow berries. Okay. I'm looking for a plant with yellow flowers And coarse leaves. Helps with my heartburn. Gandhi root. Digestive troubles, yeah. What do you mean plant identified? We already identified it. Pet the cat. They're saying Blackcomb is haunted now. Bradley Miller told me he saw the ghost of a huge deer, antlers and all, but then Bradley Miller also says he can talk to squirrels. Either way, there's something evil in them hills and I'm not taking any chances. Awful what happened to that poor young man up at Swinside. I've come for some stinking Mount Cap. Stinking Mount Cap. Sunset Mount Cap. Same difference, right? Henchuck. The fruit of the henchuck, if the henchuck could chuck hens, can have startling effects on memory. Even a small dose can result in short-term memory loss, but in larger amounts it has been known to cause severe amnesia. The tuberous bulb has an unusual structure, growing in bursts that give it a striped appearance when cut open. When the outer layer hardens and turns to blue-green, it is ready to harvest. Is that this? Not necessarily. Quite firm and turquoise in colour. Could be that one. Also, this is confirmed to be Sunset Mount Cap. Which means it needs to go along here somewhere. At 15, her mother, strong, dependable, loving, was struck down by typhoid. The girl drew inward as her father turned to drink. I'm pretty sure that's a different girl than the one we were talking about originally. She lives alone in the castle to the northwest of the abbey. She buried her husband 3 miles to the east where Everheart grows. Okay. There's an abbey. There's a castle to the northwest of the abbey. Buried her husband 3 miles east. 1, 2, 3. A dead tree, its bark cracked and blackened by fire, stands alone on the hillside. Off to one side, a patch of flowers grows on a low mound. And that was called Everheart, was it? Where's that note? Oh. We don't get to keep those ones, do we? Was it called Everheart? I think it was called Everheart. Pink flowers with heart-shaped leaves. Okay. Oh, you're back. What have you done to me? I see the woman in the jade mask everywhere. And that creature that stands over her shoulder. I almost feel like I can sense its desires. It is afraid of the sisterhood, that much is clear. It will lay waste to them. So much death, but it can be avoided with Arduino's protection. I do not know if I am awake or asleep even now. I feel the darkness tearing at my mind. Right. Sorry about that. Bit of an experiment. Inhaling the smell of the flowers. Okay. And is that... what is that a picture of? The petals or the leaves? Berries. They smell wonderful. Blue flowers sniff leaves. Unpleasant scent. Flowers are a soft purple with a sweet scent. Smells sweet like rhubarb. Maybe this one? Yeah. Hop heart. Inhaling smoke from burning the dried leaves of this plant can provide pain relief. Firm leaves grow up the stems, leading to blue flowers. Blue flowers, stiff leaves. That's that one. What was it called? Hop heart. And this is worry less, would you, dear? Where's the wandering view gone? Can you come back? There you go. Okay, so we are running out of space in our... Yes, so let's move this along here. B, C, C, B. Okay. Simone! Hello! I met a strange man on the road to Sedberg not 2 days ago. Stranger still, he asked after you. He said he had something for you, don't ask me what. So I told him where to find you, but he looked stricken when I mentioned Undermere. Said he doesn't come near towns at all if he can help it. He was headed west, at least I think he was. He said he was looking for the Winster Spring. I'll write this down for you. Anyway, that's my news. Did you manage to find the plant I wanted? The mushroom does get around. Yes, it does. Oh, what was that I just clicked straight through? I just clicked straight through whatever that was. What was it? I have no idea. Oh well. Man wanted to meet you, headed west from Sedberg, possibly near to the source of the River Winster. River Kent, River Sprint, River Kent, River Loon, River Gulpen, River Minster. Okay. West from Sedberg. Not there. Okay. Well, now we can't. Can I water some flowers and make that tick up faster? Conrad Stanway. I'm not long for this world, and I have decided that I want to be buried in a grave decorated with the rare and beautiful Cabalia, like a Drare huntsman with their Dranthium-covered tombs. Well, all right. Don't let me stand in the way of your grand plans. Do I already have Cabalia? No. Oh dear. Time is nigh. A rare plant always contains 6 petals. Well, that's not helpful. That's 5 petals. That's got 6. That's a contender. That's got 5. That's got 5. Okay, well, we've only got 1 contender. Bicycle petals. Eye bright. Take care not to touch its brightly coloured thorns. They will do no lasting damage, but they contain a small amount of venom that will cause a severe pain for several days after. A plant that only grows to the south in warmer climates where they call it loath after a long dead king. Known to improve eyesight at night, even in the darkest places. Okay, well. Let's see if we can get this and then we will wrap up. Hopefully this is not a game where it only saves at the end of the day. The hermit's camp is easy to find, nestled between 2 boulders above the spring. The cooled remains of a fire ringed by stones is the only immediate sign that anyone was here. I call out, but there's no reply. The hermit is not here. A more thorough search of the campsite yields something interesting. Tucked off to one side, I discover some broken pieces of wood arranged on the floor. South 2, east 3. Right. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. The camp at the Winster Spring has led me to another camp of sorts where I'm greeted by an eccentric man. Oh, yes, yes. Ho, 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 the man says. You must take this. Take it, take it. At his insistence, I receive the looking glass that he thrusts into my hands. He places an envelope delicately on top. Oh, it's no use to me anymore. No use. Don't forget the red. The red, the red, the red. Ebony. I'm sure that he's quite mad. It is said that the red ebony plant has the property of uncovering that which is hidden or secret. I have perfected a device designed to use extract from the plant in concert with a viewing window in order to permit the user to see magics otherwise invisible to the naked eye. Maybe mad, but seems well adjusted, right? Okay, so I don't know what this is going to do for us. I don't remember this part. But we clearly need a plant extract that we currently don't have. Alrighty. Progress is saved automatically. Excellent. We're going to end it there.